Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how great developers hate not knowing. Okay, so on this cold and rainy day here in England, I'm just on my way to a client site to meet with some developers, some fellow developers. We're working on a project together, a few projects together actually, and we have a few meetings today and everything like that. And they're really, really good guys. It's like I'm really enjoying the work that I'm doing right now because I'm working with some good software developers. You know, there's no ego involved or anything like that, and everyone's really talented and experienced at what they do, which is nice. It's a nice thing, right? Over the many years, 20 plus years as a software developer, I've worked with lots of developers. Some of you guys are like that too. Like you work with lots of different teams, lots of developers, junior developers, senior developers, whatever. And they usually fall into two camps. You got the ones that you really admire, that you give them any kind of situation, they'll solve it. Like they'll hammer away at it until it's fixed, until they find a solution to it. Like it doesn't matter how technically you think, God, it's technically impossible, they'll find a way to do it. And you got some who are like, they'll just do the job, right? If they run into it, they'll say, that's not possible, or, it's not working, I don't know why, whatever like that. So, they're like tools in a toolbox. And as software developers, our job is a lot of the times not just to know the code, but to troubleshoot and figure out why something's not working. And that's one of the things that I really admire about software developers is the ones that hate not knowing something, right? There's been times, and I'm kind of, this way I've always kind of been, like, if I don't know why something's working the way it is, like a bit of code's not working the way that it should, or it should be working but it isn't, a lot of times I'll spend way too much time on it trying to just figure it out, because I hate not knowing. I hate it when a client comes to me saying, why is this not working all of a sudden? Or why is this happening? And I hate saying I don't know. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't know what's going on. But, it's that dig to find out what it is, right? I can remember, there's been a lot of contracts which I've been working at where, they would give something to me and your main job is just to move the ball forward. Like they give you something and you got to, you get onto that problem and you just, I can't figure out what it is. Or if you have a bug, there's been times, even in the last few months, where I've had this bug where I just, could not figure out what it was. Was it part of the platform? Was it part of the operating system? Was it a bug in my code? And it was like, it lasted over a day, and I went to bed. I couldn't sleep because of this bug. So anyway, back when I started my IT career, as a junior developer in my first investment bank. I was working on I think it was like my first project. It was just like some VB script code. And I just couldn't, something should have been working and it wasn't. And of course, my manager and some of the business owners, they were all saying, hey, why don't you go downstairs and talk to Pat? Pat was this guy, he was like a senior developer, he was a contractor. And they were like, why don't you just go ask him for his help? And I didn't want to, right? I wanted to dig until I found out what it was. Because first of all, even back then I knew that, the time I put into it, I would become better as a developer, because once you solve that problem on your own rather than have somebody else solve it for you, for the next time. And not only just know for the next time, you get better at troubleshooting, everything like that. That was the first reason I didn't want to go to Pat. The second reason is that Pat was a gormless prima donna asshole, right? No matter what I talked to him about, it was like, all right, Eric, what is it? What do you need? What do you need, right? And I hated it. Like, some of you guys, you might know what the developers like that. I did not want to bring it to him. In the end, because they were like, they pressured me, I did bring it to him. And it was like, watching someone else do the troubleshooting for me, going, basically watching him do this, So now I'm into the point where I try not to let myself get into those kind of situations. And I have to, the reason I say this is a lot of times people will send me, they'll send me stack traces. They'll send me stack traces. Eric, why is this error occurring? I'm like, well, that line of code right there is, where it's coming from in that stack trace or whatever. That's probably where you should start. But they're expecting me to have the answers or to solve the problems for them. And it's like that time you put into digging into those errors, it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you have when you have an error or a bit of code that's not working the way that it should, and you're spending like hours on it, and you just want to pick up the computer and throw it out the window. It is frustrating, but you have to remind yourself that all of that pays off. All of that troubleshooting, all that kind of stuff, it makes you a better developer. Always. Even though, you know, it's hard. Like when I talk about the education involved in becoming a developer, it's not just reading the books or just knowing the physical things. It's the experience. And that experience a lot of times comes from that hard work. You have to put the hours in. You have to put the reps in. And a lot of times it just feels like you're making no headway, but most of the time you are. Anyway, I hate not knowing stuff. Just wanted to share hey, it just started snowing here. I just wanted to share my thoughts. I hope let me know what you guys think. I mean, as a developer, do you have that same kind of frustration? But anyway, those are just my thoughts for today. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a great week. We're going to start the live streams up on Monday, again for this year, 2022. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys next time. Stay healthy, stay safe.